I am the CEO of Undefeatable University, an online training community for self development, self discovery, and trauma recovery. And I am also a generational impact leader and legacy strategist and your undefeated life coach. I'm here with a word: the rise of the underestimated, Gideon's army. And so this word came to me. It's funny because I usually don't watch TV. I don't, and I mean, I really don't watch any TV. I don't watch movies. I would say if anything, we watch as a family. We may go to the movies or see a movie once a year. For especially for me, I don't watch. My son watches a lot more movies than both of us combined, but I just don't, and I'm very sensitive, so I'm very careful what I digest because I really can't handle it. And so anyway, but this weekend it was just a relaxed weekend, and I felt the go ahead to just watch movies. And I promise you, every movie that I watch, it seemed like you know there's definitely a prophetic word in it. And so well, actually today, we were looking for a movie to watch, and we watched the 300, The Rise of the Empire, I think. Now, I watched the N300 that's based on, Hollywood's based on, it had nothing to do with the Bible, but Hollywood's based on the Gideon army, the 300, and it was the Spartans, and that was so many years ago. And so we didn't even realize they had a movie out, a second part, for 2014. And so we're looking for a movie, and we see that movie, and we say, okay, let's watch that. We start watching it. I fall asleep during it, but God definitely gives me a word in it. And last year, I'm reminded that I did have a dream regarding this. And in that dream, basically, what the dream said, I'll do that. If you want to hear the exact dream, you can go to Facebook and follow me at Kalila D. Johnson. You get the full version of this word. There's so much more in that. It was a powerful word, but I definitely am just going to wrap this up for you right now. And so the word was that God was pretty much going to people's houses, checking their houses, whose houses was in order, and he's going to be shutting some things down. And he joined the 300 and stood with them. And although they had fallen, he stood with them to rise up. And so when I looked at that word and I went to sleep, these are the words that I got: the rise of the 300, the rise of the underestimated. And I understood that God was saying, just like Gideon's army, those that have been postured are going to overtake and do some phenomenal things, are going to do the unusual, are going to be able to stand against things that seemed that they could swallow them up. But God said, know that I am with you. For those of you that didn't think that you were qualified, God said what qualified you was your posture of obedience, your posture of meekness, your posture of diligence, your posture that no matter what happened and how disqualified or how imperfect you seem to be, you continue to come back before the Father and bring your broken pieces. I didn't need you to have all the pieces, because what point is it for me to be God and need to put all these requirements on you? But the ones that didn't even know, the ones that I hid even from themselves, I am raising you up right now. Don't find it strange that when you are the one that is called to the front, don't find it strange when you start to realize that there were more talents inside of your belly than you ever thought that you had. Don't find it strange when I give you increase of divine wisdom, strategies, and structure. Don't find it strange that what you're doing today will not be what you do tomorrow, that I'm bringing you from the back to the front, because I be God and I was positioning you to see if that you would bring it to me. I didn't need your perfection. I just needed you to come before me and say, here I am. I need you to help me, Lord God. I'm not where I should be, but God, I'm going to keep coming to you until you heal this area of my heart, until you heal this condition, until you break this thing off of me. And God said, because you positioned yourself like a child who knew they needed me, that is what qualified you for this promotion. And so I just want to talk to those that felt underestimated, the ones that knew that God was downloading things that you knew that you could not do in your own power. God says, I never needed you to do it in your own power. Don't find it strange that what others are hustling to do, you are standing still and getting the divine instruction, because you know how to posture yourself. You postured yourself in obedience. You postured yourself standing still when everything else around you was moving. I could trust you to listen to my voice and not copy what you were seeing, because you trusted me above all. And so I'm now going to rise up those underestimated ones, the ones that were hiding in the backgrounds, that weren't trying to do what everyone else was doing, that listened to me diligently. If I said move twice, you moved twice. If I told you turn around and sit down, you sat down. You followed carefully to my instructions, and now I'm going to bless you. And so I want you to take that word and go and listen to the full word if you can. It's about a 40-minute word, but I just wanted to give the recap of that word for you and those that are that do not follow me on Facebook and do not go to my YouTube channel. I was downloading them, and I'm gonna go back and make sure I'm downloading both versions of the word on my YouTube channel at Kalila Johnson. And so until this time tomorrow, actually not this time tomorrow, 1 o'clock during the weekdays Eastern Standard Time, and for this version, it's when the thing uploads. So it may be 2, it may be 3, it may be around that time. But either way, I'm just reminding you, I'm Kalila Johnson, your undefeated life coach at KalilaJohnson.com. Go to my email, subscribe to my email list. There's so many things that are exciting and new that are coming forth. I want to make sure you are remember that transformation is intentional. Change requires commitment, and you are your greatest investment. And in order to impact, you must begin within. And so again, I am your undefeated life coach, just blessing, declaring that you are blessed. Remember that you are blessed. And I'll see you here tomorrow. God bless.